I teach African American health issues here at the Department of Africana Studies, and I've been teaching that class. I think this is my 8th semester, about 8 years ago, 2008. Originally I'm from Nigeria, the western part of Africa, and I've also taught public health issues in East Africa, Tanzania. I've been part of the study abroad program in Dar es Salaam, the Pitt study abroad program. So I've taught public health in that. So roughly, and I do, at the moment I do research with African immigrants here in Pittsburgh and some other part of the United States, especially the West Africans. So I have a bit of background, with the continent, apart from, I come from there. And I've done a bit of work with African immigrants here in the United States, and I teach a class in African American. From a very young age, because I spent my adult life in Nigeria, so I've been really exposed to most of the challenges that you see in most developed country, developing countries, and they do have their healthcare system or infrastructures are very, very weak. So things like diseases and illnesses and all of that is not it's not unusual to me growing up in Nigeria. So coming abroad, initially coming to England to study and then moving to the United States, I've always had that passion of whatever I do, it has to be to help people. And public health was just the first thing that came to my mind, because I also have a nutrition background as well. I have a master's in nutrition. So in the process of over the years, maybe about 20 years ago, I just thought, diet must have something to do with diseases. How can we relate diet to diseases? And that's how I ended up in public health, just to figure out, how can we really help people not to get sick? And when they get sick, how do we help them to get better? And how do we educate them? And what are the things that needs to be put in place in communities to help people live a better life? So that's how I got really interested in public health. And at the same time, I had the opportunity to then go back to teach public health in Tanzania, which is an eye-opener, because I come from the western part of the continent. Going to the eastern part of the continent, and Tanzania being one of the poorest countries in the world, that's a different environment from where I grew up. Even though I've seen some of those things in my country, but seeing it, in that gravity, and that amount, it's a bit troubling. So, but it's a very good place to teach public health, because all of the things you read in the book, you see it firsthand there. I think it's very important, because we are now in the age that the whole world is connected, and anything that happens in one part of the world definitely has an impact on the other part of the world. A typical example is what we've seen with Ebola. There's an epidemic in this pretty small part of Africa, because some people in the United States, don't even realize it's just a tiny winnie, maybe just like a state or two states. That's how the size of where the problem is. But they think of Africa. Ebola is not in Africa. Ebola is in just that little 3 countries in Africa. That's where the problem is. And so, even though it's just it became a really big issue for the whole world. And the fact that because we're traveling, the constant travel from country to country is so common. You can be in Australia today and be in Canada tomorrow. It depends on the kind of job you do. That makes it very, very important that we need to know what's happening in other parts of the world, including Africa as well. And for people to realize that Africa is a continent, that it's full of there's a lot of resources there. There's a lot of things to learn there, and there's a lot of things that we on this side of the world in the Western world that we have skills to be able to go back and help them build their infrastructure and things like that. So it's important that students are exposed to that. So if they have a mind to work in other parts of the world, it's a good place to be, because there's a lot of need for the kind of skills they're learning as students here in the United States or any part of the world, that they can go there to help the people, build things and create things and, make life better for them than what it is now. So it's important that students, at least, try to be part of that. I think it's a very, very, people don't realize how good that certificate is and how valuable it is, because it's one of those certificates that, as we know, this country is getting more and more diverse. It's something that's already started, either we like it or not. As I would say, maybe 2010 was the first year in the United States that they had more minority babies being born than white babies. So it's already started. So what we will see in the United States in the next 20, 30, 40 years, the demographics of this country is going to shift. So with all that, it's important for students that are graduating now, you have to expose them to all this diverse population, let them know about it and know how to work with them, because these are the people that when you get jobs, either you're a pharmacist, you're a doctor, you're a social worker, you're in business, whatever your major is and whatever kind of job you're going to do, you are going to be dealing with Americans, and these will be Americans. So it's important for students who have the opportunity to do a certificate, and they already learn, they already know what's out there, and they have a bit of cultural competence, how to deal with this group of people, what are challenges they go through and all of that. It really prepares them. So for anybody that graduates that don't do things, that don't have a certificate like that or don't take classes like that, you're not really preparing yourself for what's out there. So it's important that students take things and certificates like this to prepare them for the real world, because that's what's going to be the real world. And the certificate like this is very good for your resume, because when you go for interviews, they say, oh, you know about diverse population, and that may be one of the things they're looking for. And another thing is a certificate like that can even attract people outside the country, because you can now say you can work in Asia, because you've now been exposed to different ethnic groups. They'll be interested in international kind of majors and international development, global issues or whatever. So a certificate like that, I think it really enhances students' resume and gives them more opportunities to do more work outside their comfort zone.